The LA Clippers are battling for a play-in spot. Let's make a pit stop in Los Angeles, where the Clippers and their star player have only played 24 games. In reality, Kawhi Leonard, if the season started in October, Kawhi Leonard still in November. He should be fresh for their playoff run.
If that was the strategy, then they're on time. They're right on schedule. Like, you know what? Thank you, Norman Powell and James Harden, for holding it down. Oh, and Ivica Zubac. Please don't forget about him because he's balling.
Yeah.
Don't forget about Big Zoo. Don't forget about Big Zoo. Yeah. You know what? Where's your boy Ben Simmons?
Oh, Ben, he's scheduled to come back from his injury. And Ben Simmons picks up the pace for the LA Clippers, which really helps them score more buckets, get more possessions. Ben changes the game, especially when Bogdanovich is on the wing. Don't get me started on Ben Simmons. If the Clippers make a run in the playoffs, he's going to be a big piece.
He going to hold to that, huh?
Yeah.
You can say that with a straight face.
Absolutely.
Welcome back, Ben. Anyway, speaking of new additions to the team, Bogdanovich, nice piece.
Welcome. Yeah.
Nice piece. I like the pickup. I like what he's doing so far. And, you know, I have hopes that the Clippers will make the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And I think whatever team they go up against, because right now they are number 8, I think they'll hold to the number 8 spot. As a matter of fact, since the play-in tournament has begun, has any 9th or 10th seed made it to the 8th or 7th seed? Is it time, just as a side note, to revamp the play-in tournament?
Yeah. Because, yeah, you're right. Last 2 or 3 seasons since it's been created, we were like, oh, 1 through 8 made it anyway, right?
Anyway, like, what are we talking about? Let's just really think about it. I mean, I love it, but can't we just like scale back and perhaps maybe only the 9th seed competes? Is it really necessary for the 10th seed?
9th compete for 8. Got it.
If you need to have something.
Okay, now I think the LA Clippers should actually avoid the 8th seed, because the way SGA is going to give the Clippers everything that he has, because they gave up on him, it's going to be a sight to see. It's going to be a sight to see. And they need to avoid the 8. Right now is when they should start jockeying, right?
They can. Just go ahead on and, rest Kawhi. Anyway, you know what? And as we speak right now, 2, 3, and 4 in the West, you never know who's going. At the end of the season, we're not certain. At least I'm not certain who's going to be in the second. Who's going to be 2, 3, and 4, because their records are equal. Matter of fact, and I'm going to even add 5 in that.
Yes.
So if you jockey for positions in the West, good luck, because you never know who you may be matched up with. But I will say this: I agree that they may want to try to work their way up to the 7th seed. Yeah. I have to agree with that one.
Because OKC is not moving from the top spot. They're like 12 games ahead of number 2. Where it's just
clinched.
It's crazy.
As a matter of fact, if you look at the standings on the NBA.com app, they have an X next to their name.
Yeah,
they're solid number 1 spot. So
yes. I will tell you though, you mentioned Ben earlier, but he has been a useful asset for them. And you know what though? James Harden. Now, James, we say what you want about James Harden, but he is a great facilitator. The way he's leading the league right now, I think he's number 5 in assists. Come on, that's from getting his team involved. I mean, I like it. They need Norman Powell to make a run in the playoffs.
Yes.
And I think Norman came back too soon from injury. Now he on the shelf again with the hamstring.
No. They do need Norman Powell. They really do, because unfortunately, as great as Kawhi was, and as hopeful as I wish he'll be in the future, you never know about his injuries. And he will go out in a toe on the court out. I'm just saying, you'll be mid-playoff, you'll be mid-7-game series, and he won't show up again because of an injury. So you really do need somebody solid like Norman Powell. I will give James Harden this. He is durable. I will give him that. He is durable, and he is reliable as a player, and I do appreciate that, because players are injured often, and so far he's been pretty good as of late. So I do appreciate that, and he's been really holding it down for the Clippers, and I think that's good for them. But I think they will see themselves in the playoffs, first round for sure. Now, how deep they'll go, they could potentially do an upset depending on who they play against.
Okay. Meaning if
Depending on
they
who is
up to a 7 and they play the 2.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
of course. That's what I mean. Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
AC against OKC is a wrap. But a 7 seed between the Rockets, the Nuggets, and
Grizzlies.
Grizzlies, the potential
Mhm.
of them actually, it's possible, right?
I remember in seasons past when Nicholas Batum was just like he was the man for the LA Clippers. Not the man, but he was a big piece. Has Ty Lue kind of gave up on that? Because I mean, Batum is 36 years old. Now they have other pieces to help them. But what's up with Batum? I don't really see him in the rotation much.
You know, though he needs to be, because what he was their Swiss Army knife. I heard that phrase,
Yeah.
utilized for him, and I have to agree. Off the bench, wherever you need him to be, he's there, and hopefully we'll see his usage go up as we move closer to the end of the season and into the postseason. Because I do think he can play a vital piece in their success. For a deep playoff run if they have that. Do you think that the Clippers can really take the 7 seed from the Minnesota Timberwolves?
I think it's possible because it's possible because the Clippers are now constructed where now you got Derrick Jones Jr. coming off the bench, right? Another useful asset, Ben Simmons
Mm-hmm.
and Chris Dunn. They're also having pretty good seasons. When you look at the Timberwolves,
Oh my God.
past Anthony Edwards, if he doesn't score 40, 50 points, you can count on Nas Reed, but the centers, Rudy Gobert. So anyway, I think Zubac, if he had to, he could outplay Rudy Gobert. So yeah, I think it's possible.
Do
I think
you
it's
think
possible.
that because the scores between 6 and 7 in the West is so tight between the Golden State Warriors and the Minnesota Timberwolves, if for some reason by the end of the season the Golden State Warriors are actually in the play-in tournament, which I don't believe is going to happen,
Ah,
but if it does happen, do you think the Clippers can still take the 7 seed?
no.
Okay. Not
Mm-mm.
against the Warriors.
No, no,
Mhm.
not even close.
Okay. Okay. So we're talking about a matchup in the play-in tournament between Minnesota Timberwolves and the Los Angeles Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, based off of this discussion, the Clippers can probably maintain and get the
Yeah.
7 seed.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, and this is all hypothetical for sure, right? We don't really know. But yeah.
Yeah, especially the way Kawhi Leonard is so unpredictable,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not the player that he was before. He's still very good, but definitely not the defender that he was. And offensively, he doesn't look the same. And I wouldn't be the same either if I had as many injuries as he's had over the last couple
Yeah.
seasons.
And considering he is still trying to get basketball ready.